Backy. Last two periods especially, it just seemed like you kind of lost your legs, but he was there.
He was there for us, and there was no question that we did. I mean, our legs were not there, and it was, I think, a product of back-to-back games, 3 and 4, them not playing last night, but it was also a product of, a little bit of ourselves. We have to get better, with our line changes, our shift lengths, and, we overextended ourselves in that second period and had a tough time recovering because of that.
It was about as good a start as you could ask for getting the early goal. What changed from your standpoint right after you scored?
Nothing. I mean, I thought the first half of the game we were great, and I thought, to be honest with you, I mean, the first half of the game was arguably as good as we've played. We made a couple mistakes for sure, and they scored a couple goals. But I mean, if you want to break down scoring chances and quality chances, I thought that we were in complete control. And then, again, in that midway through the second period, we start to stretch our shifts out. We start to, get hemmed in. When you do that and when you start playing tired, you can't win your battles. You can't win your foot races. You don't execute as well. And you don't even play as well without the puck because you're not thinking. And what that leads to is these long shifts in our defensive zone like we saw. Leads to more momentum for them, and it compounds. It becomes tougher for you. So it's a good lesson for us.
Even besides the goals, it looked like he was just fighting it. The crossbar, the blocker save. He looked like he was fighting.
Yeah, it's not a decision sitting here feeling good about. That's for sure. I mean, you guys know me. I've never done that. Pulled a goalie after 2 goals, but the crossbar and. Not just for that, but I just felt that was what we needed.
Is he okay?
Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't say I haven't talked to him, but I know he's okay. It's not because of anything bigger than let's be fair to him and we haven't had very much practice time at all. We've had 3 games in 4 days. And he hasn't had we didn't have a pregame skate today. We were on the ice barely at all a couple days ago when we did have practice, and most of the time we're working D-zone coverage. So, I can't sit here and say that I feel really good that we gave him a real great chance to prepare either.
Finally, some goals from second and third line. That had to be a big load off for a couple
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I thought Mikko's line in particular. The last couple of games, they played some hard minutes, some tough matchups, and they really started to look a little tired, a little fatigued late in the game. Early in the game, they were unbelievable, and the chances that they were getting the offensive zone, and then just weren't able to sustain that. But to get. We knew it was a matter of time. We got quality players, if you want to call it our second line, our third line, our fourth line, we got guys that we know that they can score, and we've talked about it every day pretty much. As long as you're getting the chances, eventually they're going to go in for you.
Cullen, he's been so snake bit, and he had a couple of whacks at the puck on his goal, and then finally he just kept whacking at it. It's sort of like keep trying until it goes.
Well, what's good about that is I thought his last game in particular was a real step in the right direction. Him, and we've talked about how he's been getting some chances lately, but he hasn't strayed. Today he scored the goal doing going to the net, banging away at pucks, and he's always got the speed. He's always got the ability to create off the rush, but to see a guy like that around the net, which we have lately, I mean, that's how goals are scored in this league. You're going to score some nice goals. You're going to score some goals from the outside, but the majority of your goals are going to come from 3 feet to 5 feet around that blue paint, and it's good to see a guy like that around there.
I've got to ask about Granlund again. I mean, second, third period, he just seemed to again like a liability in his own.
Yeah, you know what? I ain't gonna disagree with you on that one. To me, I thought that this was I will say that in the first period he made a mistake on the one goal that they scored. And I had a great conversation with him tonight, and I started to see some things that he's going to have to do to be successful in the league. In particular, to draw the 5-on-3, and that gave us a great opportunity to get back in the game. And that was I thought we did a good job on that. We just didn't score, but to draw that 5-on-3, the way that he attacked through the neutral zone with speed, and again, if you're playing on the big ice surface, you play a little bit differently. You can slow down, you can delay. They're going to play to the middle a little bit more. And he played more of a North American game there, where you attack through the neutral zone with speed. If they back off, you make something happen. If they're in your face, then you take what's available, and that's the ice behind you, and that's what he did. Won the race in the corner, and he got hit from behind. I don't want him to do that every time. But what we did see is him getting to the offensive zone more and playing the type of game that he needs to play. So I think this is a positive step. And, again, there's going to be ups and downs. But I wasn't worried when he was on the ice tonight.
Gone to overtime with Chicago and St. Louis, the last 4 days. I guess what's your impression of how the guys have held up against, two of those?
It was a tough schedule lately, and even let's go back to that Detroit game too, and it got away from us a little bit, but we played a heck of a game in there until we got down by a couple goals later on, and again, it's early. We're not there yet by any means, but this team has shown that when we're playing our game that we can play with anybody, and scratch that, we can beat anybody. And I think that was we spent very little time tonight talking about Chicago. This game was about ourselves, and we saw that what we were doing when we were playing well, taking short shifts, because you need energy to play the type of game that we need to play. And I thought that we were all over them. To be honest with you, I thought we were all over them, and then we were in control of it. We started to extend our shifts, and we started to turn some pucks over, and couldn't get our D off the ice, and that's when the game turned. And obviously, playing last night. But the good thing is I think that this team is in control. We're starting to believe that if we play a certain way, that we'll get rewarded for it.
Thank you.